Hey friends, welcome. January 18th, 2025. Picture this. It's a day like any other in 2025. The world hums with the chaos of modern life. Endless notifications, deadlines, traffic, and the weight of societal expectations. Now imagine Jesus walking among us, stepping into this fast-paced, technology-driven age. What would he do? Who would he talk to? How would he bring hope to a world often too busy to notice it needs saving? This is more than a thought experiment. It's an invitation to explore how Christ's eternal wisdom and compassion could transform the ordinary moments of today. So let's walk with Jesus on January 18th, 2025, as he begins his day in prayer and moves through experiences that show us how to find God in every corner of modern life. Before the city awakens, Jesus climbs a quiet hillside overlooking the cityscape. It's still dark, with the faintest hint of light beginning to streak the horizon. The stars linger in the sky, and the only sound is the rustling of leaves and the soft hum of the wind. Kneeling on the dewy grass, Jesus lifts his hands and heart to the Father. Abba, he begins, his voice carrying both intimacy and strength. Thank you for this new day, for the beauty of creation, and for the people I will encounter. Let your Spirit guide my steps, that I may be a light to those who walk in darkness, comfort to the weary, and truth to the searching. He pauses, listening as though hearing the Father's voice in the stillness. Then he prays specifically for the struggles of the people in the city below, for the lonely widow, the overlooked father, the child navigating a broken home, and the teenager drowning in self-doubt. He prays for healing, courage, and hope to reach those who need it most. Father, he continues, use me to show your love today. As the first rays of sunlight crest the skyline, Jesus rises, his heart full of purpose and his steps steady as he walks down the hill and into the day. Later in the morning, Jesus joins a group of hikers setting out on a forest trail just outside the city. The group is a mix of personalities: an elderly man walking to regain his strength after surgery, a young couple seeking an escape from their digital lives, and a woman with a heavy heart carrying more than just a backpack. As they walk through the forest, sunlight filters through the canopy above, and birdsong creates a gentle symphony. Jesus walks alongside the woman, whose eyes are shadowed with sorrow. Eventually, she shares her story. Her husband passed away last year, and she's felt lost ever since. It feels like the world has moved on, but I am still standing in the middle of my grief, she confesses. Jesus slows his pace, giving her his full attention. Grief is not a journey to be rushed, he says gently. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. The Father sees your pain, and he walks with you through it. Lean on him, and you'll find strength for each day. Further up the trail, Jesus encounters an elderly man who struggles with the incline. I used to climb mountains, the man says, panting, but now I can barely manage this hill. Jesus walks beside him, matching his pace. Every step is a victory, he says. Your strength is not in how far or how fast you go, but in your perseverance. Keep going. You're doing more than you realize. At the summit, the group pauses to take in the breathtaking view. The valleys, rivers stretching to the horizon. Jesus gestures to the scene and says, "As vast as this view is, God's love for you is even greater." When life feels overwhelming, remember that He is bigger than your struggles and always by your side. By afternoon, Jesus visits a bustling coffee house in the heart of the city. The smell of fresh coffee and baked goods fills the air, and the room hums with quiet conversation and a soft tapping of laptop keyboards. Jesus takes a seat at a long communal table where strangers share space without speaking. Next to him sits a college student, nervously flipping through her journal. Jesus notices her hesitation and asks, "What are you working on?" She looks up, surprised but willing to share. "I write poetry," she says quietly, "but I'm not sure if it's any good." Jesus smiles warmly. "Poetry is a gift. Your words do not need to be perfect to be meaningful. Write from your heart and trust that God will use your voice to touch others, even if you don't see it now." Nearby, a barista spills a drink while rushing to deliver an order. She blushes with embarrassment, apologizing profusely to the customer. Jesus catches her eye and says with a kind smile, "Mistakes happen. What matters is how you handle them, and you handled this one with grace. Keep going." The atmosphere of the coffee house shifts as people notice his calm presence. Conversations grow softer, and strangers at the communal table begin to exchange kind words, inspired by the grace he has shown. As the sun sets, Jesus visits a local skate park, where teens and young adults gather under the glow of the streetlights. The air is alive with the sound of skateboards rolling on concrete, laughter, and bursts of applause when someone lands a difficult trick. Jesus notices a young boy sitting on the edge of the park, his skateboard lying untouched beside him. He sits down next to him and gently asks, "Why aren't you skating?" The boy shrugs, "I'm not good at it. I don't want to look stupid in front of everyone." Jesus picks up the skateboard and places it in the boy's hands. Falling isn't failure. It's part of learning. Be brave enough to try, and you'll inspire others to do the same. The boy hesitates, but eventually rolls into the park, attempting a small trick. When he stumbles and falls, the other skaters cheer him on, shouting encouragement. Emboldened, he tries again and succeeds. His face lights up with pride. Jesus speaks to the group, saying, "You are more than the tricks you land or the goals you achieve. You're loved for who you are, just as you are. Remember to lift each other up. Together, you can create something beautiful." On January 18th, 2025, Jesus began with prayer, then moved through a day filled with connection. In a quiet forest, a bustling coffee house, and even a lively skate park. He met people where they were, reminded them that God's love is vast, His grace is sufficient, and His presence is constant. And as we close today's journey, think about the moments in your own life where you can bring hope, encouragement, or kindness. How can you create ripples of love in the lives of those around you? Join me tomorrow as we continue this walk day by day through the entire year of 2025 with Jesus, uncovering how his timeless wisdom speaks to our modern world one day at a time. Let's take the next step together. I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's episode, but before you leave, I'd like to offer a prayer for the hopes, needs, and intentions that you hold in your heart today. You ready? Cool. I'll lead. Here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Don't forget, hug your family. They love you. I'll be back tomorrow, friends. Have a beautiful day. Can't wait to see you. Take care. Bye-bye.